So we are going to do a VOD review for one of the lost matches. It wasn't exactly a close one, but I think I performed well, given the circumstances. And I think I also helped to win some of the critical team fights. Let's get into it. So for the context, my tank had the opposite score from me, so I think tank had around 3 eliminations and 11 deaths, whereby I had 14 eliminations and 2 deaths. So I've been practicing team fights, team timing mostly, and also besides that, but that was my main focus over the past couple of weeks, to improve team timing. So when the team fight starts, am I at the right time, at the right place? Are my engagements are sensible in respect to where my team is and what my team is doing, things like that. But I also been sort of at the back of my head practicing adjusting to team comp, and like my team weaknesses and strengths, as well as the enemy's team's weaknesses and strength. And now I'm playing live, so basically like surviving and sustainability and patience. But the main thing that I'm gonna track here specifically is the team timing, and of course I'm gonna go into the details of other things as well. So let's do that. So from the enemy comp, they actually don't really have like anything that is hard to deal with as Genji. To be honest, a good Sigma is can be quite daunting to deal with. Others are very good targets. So, well, my targets for this comp Honor, Ilari, and Soldier primarily. To be honest, I'm not that scared of me, but she's also not my primary target. Yeah, so let's do this. So where should I be? Am I setting up? I'm just waiting for my team. Okay. Poking. I see the turret. It's good. Get rid of the turret first. Then I push. Let's see. My team is around, so I think this is a good team timing. No holding back. So okay, I'm half health and I'm using deflect to survive. That's good. I pushed Sigma off the high ground, which is good. I'm low, so I'm going back. And I think we're done on what? Yeah. Oh, Zuki's dead, so I'm backing up a bit. I am repaired. Get health back. Now I start. So we've done 2 players. I can't really be too aggressive. And I'm just holding the high ground, I think, which is fine. Poking Soldier, which is okay. I think that's not ideal to poke Soldier at this range and back in front of her face. I should have respected the range difference more, because Soldier can get shots easier from that range. But at the same time, she was not that good at getting those shots, so I think I recognized that, I hope, and just tried to apply some safe pressure. Waiting for my team to go, because we don't have any supports now. I keep pressuring. Okay, I'd say. Okay, so we are back. And I think we should stay on that. I will trying to apply more pressure, maybe something that is nearby, like Mail or Sigma, or try to go to sojourn, but close the distance. Since you were angry at you. Right. So I decided to go for a sojourn, which I think is okay. To go back. Okay. Poke. I see she's behind the cover. Okay. I need to adjust some things. Okay. Let's go. So yeah.
Come on, let's regroup.
So good. Now, alright. She's here. I'm using the cover to close the distance and dash. I use deflect when I'm low. So I think that was a good play. Maybe May or Sigma would have been better option. But then I would need to use power here on try to stay away from Sojourn LOS. But I think that was a good decision. Okay, let's do this. Then mechanically, I don't think it was perfect. I think there was the right idea. So I dashed through. Maybe I should have dashed it to her feet, but at the same time there was a wall behind. So I think I'm not too far behind. So it's a good range for me, except I missed my shot. I didn't manage to land at the next shot, but the good thing is that I forced her out of a good position for Sojourn. So I think job-wise it was good, but my tank died. So I was low on disengaging. I think that's good. Using deflect in duels or to disengage, and playing live. That's good. Time-wise, I think that was also a good timing. My team just came back from the spawn area, so it's 2 instances of good team timing, I think. I'm trying to survive. I have no idea why I climbed back here. I didn't notice that she's back now, but I grabbed the health back, and now I secured the kill. So I think that was a good play, except I should have grabbed the health back first and then came back, but I think I just, luckily I outplayed her. Okay, so now what's going on? Now we don't have one support and we don't have a tank. So I'm backing up again. I think that's team timing wise. That's another check. Okay, our Anna is dead. I'm grabbing the house back first. That Hammond's dead already.
Ramatra, at your side.
I don't know why I peeked there. And here I didn't notice Anna with that, so I took a lot of damage. But I used the deflect to survive, and I survived. So timing wise, I think I should have not poked there. I should have waited more patiently for my team, even if it means not doing nothing. Or let's go back. Or so here I was waiting, right, just now, but then I decided to poke. I can do open in a way. I mean, there's a cover on the left, but still it's too open. There's Hana outranges me, Hilaria outranges me, Sigma can punish me. So I should have just stayed there. Or I think I could have set up somewhere here. Yeah. Oh, my team is coming back from spawn. I could have been a better positioning.
I require assistance. Arigato.
And surviving.
They're coming for me.
So, Constable is dead. And here, I decide to go for Sergeant. I'm not sure why.
I need help.
Yeah, I almost died there. So I think that team timing was not that great. Should have poked Sergeant first to force some cooldowns. Maybe get her lower HP and then dash and commit. Or go all the way to the right side and try to get that honor. So I think that was not great. But I survived, which is good. Yeah, I'm low, I'm deflecting. Surviving. Getting health back. Surviving. My team is dead again. Okay. So now I think I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in the previous team fight, which is just patiently wait without doing anything for my team to come back and just sit up. But May appeared and I noticed that she was alone, so I took the drill. I think I was a bit scared there.
Come on, let's regroup.
Because there's honor there.
I see their turret.
Depends if I'm actually
60 seconds.
blending my
Come
shots.
on, let's regroup.
No. Kind of. No. Kind of. But she got healed. Oh. Sergeant, used her ability. My tank is dead again.
Winston reporting.
Yeah, I think I might have needed to use primary fire here. Or poke a little bit. And then close the distance and use the secondary fire. So he's just kind of not doing much. Okay, now I'm going here. So I think this was good. Good position. But not sure if the team timing is fine. And I think the team timing is not that fine. I'm a bit too far from the team. So I should have waited there a bit, I think. Getting rid of the pylon. Going back. So basically I did not much there, except maybe drew some attention. Maybe that was good. I took down the pylon, which is good. But I didn't do my primary job
My
there.
blade is ready to be unleashed.
Steam timing, I would say not that good. I wouldn't say bad, but not good. But man, now my Winston is there, and she messed up his bubble, and the bubble is on the floor, and he's on the high ground. But anyway, he's getting all the attention there, right? And you see there.
I see their turret.
My blade is ready to be
Okay.
unleashed.
I announced my blade, right? That's good, but I think even if people don't pay attention to that, there will be matches that they pay attention to that and react accordingly. So it's regardless whether it's 10% chance that somebody will notice, I think it's still worth doing. Okay, so I'm announcing my blade. And what's going on now? I think, yeah, so everyone is on Winston. So I think team timing is good. Announcing the blade, good. Setting up the blade, I think good. From high ground, they are not looking at me. I'm just jumping down, and I'm 2 seconds away from my dash, but it doesn't matter because suddenly dash, I just drop on their heads. Yeah, okay. Priority. Priority is good. Hilary is that. Hilary was a good target. I think Hilary, Anna is a bit scary because of the sleep dart. Sojin can dash away, but yeah, if you account for that, I think that's fine. You can predict that. I think Anna is more scary. So yeah, Hilary, that. No, May, I forced out, yeah. I forced me out.
A sunset is fleeting.
Man. Ambition out, from the out. Not to get frozen. To the high ground where I know Anna's. Anna. Slash. That. Good. I was about to use the deflector, but I didn't need to because she took a long time to turn her head towards me. And now I'm low, so I'm disengaging, and I'm going to cover, to safety, to the health back. Now we forced another ult from Soja. I'm focusing what's in front of me. Doing Sigma. I know Soja is ulting, so I'm deflecting. I dash top. Just optimal deflect is about to end. And recap the point. So I think the blade was very good. I think execution-wise, setup-wise, priority wise was good. And I think we won the fight partly because of my blade, but also because of Winston's sacrifice, and maybe even because Winston messed up the bubble. Was kind of vulnerable and was playing live, so everyone was like chasing Winston. So I had the perfect opportunity. Let's see. Yeah, you can see now the his stats kind of reversed. Tank is not doing that well, and I frankly didn't know what to do to help. So that's something that I want to work on in the future, in the near future, which is like how do I adjust to my team or to the enemy. Like in this example, yeah, my team was dying a lot, especially tank was not adding too much red value. I don't know how I could have adjusted to this situation to increase our chances of success. Timing-wise, the blade was also good, so that's another check in the list. I think now I've had 3 good ones, 1 bad and 1 so-so. Bad. So now I'm just like trying to be patient and waiting for the payload to be pushed a bit further, but for some reason my tank is engaging alone. Like everyone is like there, very far away from the tank. I was the closest, but what can I do? And he just jumped, and instantly died. He did force an ult from Anna, so that's something. But yeah, now we like can't do much, but still the knife. Sigma is a very good tank for control, and I'm just poking here, waiting, playing safe, waiting. Tank. Where's the tank? There. Right. So they are using 2 ults now. Okay. So I need to play safe. I'm focusing what's in front of me, which is May. First May's freeze. Disengaged. And see, I think this was good. And see. Okay, it was a good shot. Was another good shot. Not great, but because I hit some shurikens. Another one. So now she's frozen. So I think that was a good play. Good timing. Oh, I like this one. I'm ready. So I walk one. No. Let's see. Yeah, remember this. So I see Sojourn there. I use this pre-offensive mulcline. There she is. So I think perfectly calculated and distance to dash. Then I landed some shurikens, maybe not perfectly, and missed my melee.
Enemy turret ahead.
But that first 2 out. I think she forgot that there's a health pack. So I took the health pack.
Much better.
Keep chasing, but now she's all fully healed. So I rotate. I think the time investment that was good. So now it's like maybe 4 good team timing engagements. One so-so and one not so good. Then one so-so and one not good. So I rotated to high ground. I took the space from Soldier. I think that was good. Tried to contest Anna, but I got no, so I disengage, re-engage. No, I thought I'm gonna go for a risky play and try to assassinate this Anna, which I should have. I just messed up mechanically. Oh, she's still looking for me, but no. Oh, that was good. Yes, good deflect. I used it just when she found me, finally. But, okay, so I messed up mechanically. I went for a high-risk, high-reward play. That was a good decision, I think. But, yeah, I didn't get killed, which is fine. But first out, some high ground. And used, I think I put some CDs as well. Okay, now I'm in the LOS of Sojourn, so I try to hide. Now I respect the alt range defense, which I think it's that's good. I did not do that the one of the previous fights. When I had Sojourn in front of me. Okay, I they're down one support. Okay, then I get the health back. Now we're down now tank again. Okay, applying some pressure on me. Yeah, now I realized that too many of them are on me, so that's the way to safety, to high ground. Now all my teammates are dead. Are they? Oh, there was Anderson, but I could not have done anything. Anyway, so case 1 I think was a mistake, I remember that. Because all my teammates are dead now. Some of them are just walking back from the spawn. I'm alone here. And all the enemies are alive. And what the hell am I doing? I have no idea.
Enemy turret ahead.
Well, there was a decent deflect, but it was deflect when I engaged won the fight for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, that was... I don't know why. So what I needed to do here... so all my teammates are dead, and I is doomed. I should have just stayed here, on the background. Oh, okay, so health pack is not there, but I didn't know that, but I could have gone there, trying to get the health pack. Or better just stay here. So when I have my cooldowns, when my team is back and I can convert in the team fight, or just, walk line, brawl out, or dash even back to my sort of new spawn area. So that was team timing that was bad. So now we have 2 bad team timing engagements.
Enemy turret ahead.
Dead. What the hell is that? Wait. No. So I have my blade.
This ends now.
Okay, let's see. There, my support is dead now. So, okay. We have the Kitsune Rush, but it's kind of away from me. And we've got other 2 teammates die. Is that? So I think timing wise what I'm about to do is okay. Let's see. And I also and see
Finally, a real challenge.
and see them again. Am I changed? 8 team not changed. That's fine.
This ends
Okay.
now.
So I go from an of angle, kind of almost like a deep flank actually, but that's fine. I see Larry, I land 1 shot, good. Second, very good. Third, there we go. I this one. Try to do the
Enemy
1-shot
turret
combo.
ahead.
And maybe I could have killed her, but she got nanucked. Well, by Anna. And that's what saves her. I used the flag to try to get away, but I think I won't get
I
away.
need help.
No, I got away.
友人の剣をくれ
I didn't see again.
Enemy turret ahead.
Okay, I think that was fine. Ooh. I forced the ult. If the ult was not forced, I think I would have killed Ilari and then I would got the dash reset and then I could have tried to get Anna or just disengage depending on my health.
I need help. 友人の剣をくれ
That was bad. Okay, this was bad. I think maybe because it was overtime and I think I got tilted as well a little bit. Because we were just losing fights. So I just forced the blade. I think actually that was fine. I think it now was fine. Yes. Because there's nothing to lose yet. And secure 1 kill. I go away from the payload. Yeah, I don't know. That was not ideal. I think I should have played it before. Like Shia. Right now. Pull up the blade. Maybe, finish Ilari. Or better. Maybe not better. I think, finish Ilari. And then target Anna. Yes. I should always be aware of Anna because the need and distinct art can be quite a nuisance. So I should have been more aware of that. And I think I should have played it here. And I did have my blade, I did have my cooldowns. I almost killed Larry. And then my team is fighting the rest. I think I should have played it here. So team timing, bad. Third, bad team timing engagement. Versus about 5 good ones and 1 so-so. I think then I switched to Reaper. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna review Reaper. I'm only concerned about Genji. So as I was taking notes during the VOD review, then I usually elaborate on them in my Notion data table for VOD analysis. So I write down all the details in terms of like the allies, the enemy, even the swaps as well, and stats. My stats per 10 minutes. So some of them I need to calculate manually based on the whatever stats Overwatch provides. So that I write down the good things that happened in that match, the bad things, some notes. After that is all filled in. And I've got here an AI generator bot, sort of like configured AI prompt to basically take all the data from the parameters from this match and turn it into one text format. So I can just copy this entire thing. And then I insert that in my, I've got like a project in Claude for Overwatch, and I've got a chat there for VOD analysis. So I paste this text version there for the AI to also synthesize the data and also analyze the data. Of course, in the project, I've got like a running data from all like the summaries basically of the last few VOD reviews, and even shorter like that, just like the key information like maybe common issues and whatnot that are still happening and the ones that have been resolved from all the VOD reviews. So I've got like this basically the summaries for last few VOD reviews, and I've got just like the bullet points, the key information of like what still needs improvements and what still is not, up to par. And some of the things that I had issues with before, but now it's resolved. Maybe I should have shown that. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so I paste that for AI to learn to synthesize the information and then analyze against the previous instances, previous word analysis, and just like the consistent issues or things that have improved. And then it generates me 2 summaries. One short one. So I can see at a glance, then going here, I can see here. And then one longer one, so detailed AI analysis. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up the Claude project screenshots or something to show you. So this is my Overwatch project from the tool. So I've got some of the chats here, just casual chat, word analysis, is just the one. I've got Overwatch port, shows like specific to improvement, things that I work on there, specific to Notion, organization, the chat, Genji therapy. That's just my trauma dump area where I release my frustration. Today is some other archived and old chats, Overwatch optimizations like set in similar, more because I'm interested in more as well. So these are the files basically that all the chats that I used across all the chats is the VOD log. So updated last, got rolling summary here. So persistent strengths, things I'm good at, things that I still have issues with and may need to work on. These are updated with each VOD analysis. Yep, and then I've got these are the last 3 last 3 summaries of Game VOD, previous new VOD analysis that I do. And got stats here. I need to update them. But it's basically a stats for per season. And also against like the stats that I aim at having. I even have my breakdown here. Hours, win rates, but I haven't updated that now. I think this season. My Shiva pool, which is mainly Genji, Viper is secondary, and I have been working on my sound pure player profile, stuff like that, and the system I have. My practice, my training, warm-ups. Yeah. So, for this board review, let's see what we got. I guess we won't go into the detailed analysis stats for me, and we kind of touched on that. Yeah. Some of the good things that I noted here. Actually, yeah, that's all. Some of the good things. So team timing is okay. I have so I have a separate table for actually what these use. So these are like check-ins that I do, checkups. So these ones maybe once or twice a week. I just started doing them, so that's only 2 of them. Yeah. So I basically count how many times like what's the thing that I'm practicing. So in this instance, use team timing. For reason, so how many times I failed? 3 times I counted. And then how many times it was a good team timing engagement? 6 times. And partial is 2. So partial is just kind of just for reference, but I'm mainly concerned with how many are failed. So in this instance is 3. So I have a severity rating here too, improving. Yeah, I had 5 basically different severity ratings. So if there's no, it's like 0 failed instances of a practiced item, then I'm a master of that. If there's 2 or less, then I'm ready to move on to the next thing to practice. If it's less than 5 but more than 2, it means I'm still improving and working on that. And like between 5 and 8, that means there's a major issue. And more than 8, that's just like a critical issue that we really need to work on. So yeah, the good things, timing is okay. It's improving. I'm making sure that my team is around and making at least conscious effort of that. I'm marking and taking space. I pressured the tank, I forced the tank out, I forced Sojourn out, I forced Mei out, I forced Anna out. So to get those good positions. So that's good. Playing light, so I disengaged a null and used cover and used health packs and deflect as well. They are good dash logic and deflect, so either to duel or to threaten or to disengage. Set up before fight, but started poking too early, yes. In our areas of supports, yeah, I think there were some instances that I tried to stay in areas of supports to get peeled. Went for deep tank when things weren't working. Yes, okay. But I didn't close the distance properly. Alright, so that was the thing when I went behind. But I started poking instead of closing the distance more, maybe input from the under on top. Yeah. Good blade, yes, the good was good. Rolls it up. I nosed the blade. I chose the good target. I hit my swings. I saved the dash. I dashed away from ultimate. I forced 1 ult, killed 2 supports, and then finished Sigma and then together we finished soldier. So I think largely because of my good play, we won the fight and we kept the point. The other boys don't have been even more tragic match. So yeah, although my mechanics are still not consistent, I hit more shots and have cleaner combos and don't think much. So yeah, there are some mechanical issues. Whereby I could have secured the kill, for example. But I did not, but at least I played my cards right and I did my job and I forced either cooldowns or attention or ults or took the space. So mechanics I just need to work on that. Yeah, I think I don't click much, which apparently is a common thing with Genji, so I might have I'm not sure if I did that in the past. But yeah, I didn't flick much with my shots, so and my crosshair doesn't go like left and right when I try to hit my targets. Target priority good most of the time. Yeah, I think yeah. Fine. Maybe Anna would have been a better target at the end of the first round. I don't know. Obvious, and then man, winning the first team fights, by trying to provoke Sojourn. I could have probably done more by just shooting at what was closer to me, like me and Sigma. Good wall climb usage. Oh yeah, there were some good wall climbs. Yeah, that's good. The bad things, even though I was staying safe poking Sojourn, I did not respect range difference and could have pressured tank on me. Guess so that's just something I mentioned just now. I poked after setting up to burning. Yeah, I need to be more patient. And so either just wait for my team or reposition to a better spot. I missed my fan shurikens after 180. I think that's what I went for soldier first time. I missed my secondary fine. Good poking when I needed to poke, but bad poking other times where I needed to close the distance, get some cover gaps. I could have gone to the right behind buildings, so that's exactly what I mentioned during the VOD, didn't you? I could have gone right side, which I did eventually, and I think in the next team fight or like soon after, but I should have been there earlier. For some reason I tried to fight when most of my team died. We'd be tilted and I should have disengaged on trying to hide. Yeah, that's when my team died and I was on the high ground of the first point. Last fight, last minute bladed too late. And Anna should have been white target. My target. Aliens, and not Ilari. But I forced Nana on Ilari and to support went healing with me, so in a way kinda did my job. First ult, but yeah, I was kind of uncertain about that. It could have been better. Something could have been better. And also I could have played it earlier. Yes. Okay. So just notes and we think was taking out down or we were not enabling our tank to do a better job having lots of so summary, too long didn't read. Career best death rate, highest damage recorded, clean blade. Loss was due to tank difference, maybe. That was Mikey Ice's conclusion. I do not disagree with that, but I definitely could have done a better job there somewhere. Range discipline, yes, I'm still working on that. And last blade target selection, that was not great. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think the stats were actually some were good and even trait, and some not so good. So let's take a look. So eliminations in this match, I had 8.74 per 10 minutes. And my aim is to have 12 or more eliminations per 10 minutes. So that was definitely not enough. Not enough kills. But death was 1.45 per 10 minutes. And I aim for 6 or less deaths per 10 minutes. So that was technically good on paper, but maybe it was not that good because maybe I was playing too safe. So therefore I didn't get enough of eliminations, and I also stayed alive. So I didn't take enough risks, and say I think that might have been the case. But I think this is better than just feeding and playing a bit safe and still getting some eliminations and pressure and doing my job than just pure feeding like with low or no eliminations. But yeah, it might have been that I didn't take enough risks. Damage was actually pretty good. So I aim to have 6 to 8,000 damage per 10 minutes, and I had around 10, almost 11,000. So that's good. So actually, I think that's good. But yeah, damage alone, if not enough eliminations, I think that's not good enough. Final blows, just above my minimum threshold. So that's good. And ult, 4.35 eliminations per 10 minutes per ult, which is very good, almost twice my minimum amount. So I think stats-wise, good overall. Could have forced more risky, high risk, high reward kind of engagements, goals for maybe deeper of angles or even flanks. So yeah, that's my VOD analysis, and it was flat. Okay, things to improve, and I'll keep logging it in.